I want to tell this funny little story about AI that hopefully you get a kick out of. And also, I think there's some lessons in here that we could all take away. So here's the situation. I'll try to make this as brief as I can, but my son Mason is a race car driver. So when he's not driving real race cars, he is typically driving cars in video games. And I'm not a big gamer, never have been, but he really wanted me to race against him in this video game. So he's like, "Dad, you gotta go install this video game on your computer downstairs, and then we can race against each other." And so I went on and I did that. It was a game called Forza Horizon 5. So I had to go and buy the game and download it and get it all set up and whatnot. And then once I got the game set up, he was going to show me how to use it. So he comes in and I will say that I had to use AI to figure out how I could play against my son, because since he already owned the game, I thought I could just download it again and play with him. And it's like, no, you can't do that. You got to buy a new version. So AI helped me with that. Once we got it all set up, there was a feature of the game called Backstage. I still don't know exactly what it is, but apparently it's a place where you can get really cool cars that are only available in this backstage area. And so on my version of the game, it was all grayed out, and I couldn't get to that area. And he's like, "Dad, you're missing out on the coolest thing." And I said, "Well, here, let's just ask ChatGPT." I said, "Hey, I got the game installed, but I can't get into the backstage area." And it's like, "Oh yeah, well, that's because the backstage area is not available in Forza Horizon 5. And I'm like, "Oh, I don't think that's the case. My son has Forza Horizon 5 and he's got backstage." And it said, "Yeah, it's not available on that version of the game. It's only available in Forza Horizon 4. So definitely your son is playing version 4 and you're playing version 5. And I said, "Well, my son doesn't own version 4. He only owns version 5. And I've validated that. And so that can't be the case." And it came back and said, "Well, then since that feature doesn't exist in version 5, something must be going on with your son's computer. Maybe he has some special release, or there's some, cache situation where there's information spilling over into his computer. There's really no logical explanation because that feature doesn't exist." And so I go upstairs to my son's computer, and at this point I'm like, "Okay, AI, this is a challenge." And I take a screenshot. I take a picture of my son's computer, and I said, "This is his screen showing Backstage." And it said, "Yeah, exactly. That's Forza Horizon 4. That's what the menu looks like." And I take another picture of him driving the car, and it's like, "Well, actually, that landscape is only available in Forza Horizon 5, so definitely your son is in version 5, but what's probably happening is your son has both versions of the game, 4 and 5, and he's quickly toggling back and forth between the games to make you think that he has Backstage in 5 when it's really running on 4. And I'm like, "Okay, I don't think my son is doing that." I'm sitting here watching him in real life. He's definitely in that game. And it's like, well, kids can be really good at this sort of thing. This is what it said. Kids can be really good at this sort of thing. It's probably that he has both versions open and he's quickly switching between. Here's how you verify that. And so anyway, this went on, you guys. This I don't want to make this a long story, but this was like an hour of my life lost arguing with AI that this feature wasn't available. So what I did is I finally went to Grok, and I said, "Hey, is Backstage available in Forza Horizon 5? And it's like, "Yeah, absolutely. It's available." And so I took that snippet from Grok and I pasted it into ChatGPT, and I said, "Chat, hey, once in a while when I want to double check something, I go to Grok, and this is what Grok said." And it said, "Well, yeah, that doesn't surprise me that Grok said that, because Grok uses inferior data points in order to make its decisions. Grok will often rely on forums and user provided feedback to make its decisions, which makes Grok a whole lot less accurate than ChatGPT. I'm only going to use actual release notes from the manufacturer of the product, in this particular case, the game. And so I wouldn't trust Grok is basically what it said, you guys. And I'm like, this is insane because I know that this is available. Now, long story short, what it turns out is I just had to play the game a little bit longer in order to get access to this backstage area, and that makes sense. But I wasn't going to let up on ChatGPT. So I'm like, chat, I got to be honest with you. Like, here's some more data. I did some more research. I posted some websites to it. I even had to share, ultimately what did it? I shared a YouTube video to ChatGPT and said, this video explains that this is available. And here's what it did. It came back, you guys, and it said, Tony, it said, wow, this is like revolutionary information. I can't believe I didn't find this earlier.